Hello, just doing the mic test. Can you all hear me?
Yeah.
Thank you. So, good morning, everyone. The coffee break is just 10 minutes away, so just hear me for 10 minutes. I'm Vastan Fora. I work at United Nations office at Geneva. I contributed to Indico. I'm contributing to Indico from past 4 years under Department of Conference Management. Today I'm going to present a very small concept on push notifications in Indico. But just a disclaimer here that this is my own personal opinion. This is not part of the UN. So let's just jump right into it. So I wanted to give you just a basic things what I'm going to present in next 10 minutes. So first thing is basically push notifications, what it is. Then the second is why push notification is important in today's times. And the third is strategy for Indico, and the fourth is technical implementation. Because I know that in this room there are some developers. Give me a cheers if you are a developer. Okay, thank you. Let's go for the next one. So here you can see that push notifications, just a basic definition that it helps to bridge the gap between the website and the user device. Users don't have to check their emails for very short timely updates. They can just rightly get notification on their device at the right time. You can see it right here. Okay, this one here in the mobile, you see this small dialog here, message here, that your workshop, that your registration has been approved. So that's basically it. The keyword here is short timely updates. But we still need to check emails if there is something very huge email like approval letters, etc. But very short. Let's go to the next one. You will get more details. Why push notifications? I guess we all get this feeling that sometimes our emails gets buried down. We do not get the emails, or it gets automatically filtered into something else, and we do not even see it. So that's why the push notifications are kind of a smarter way to notify something which is event-driven, targeted, and respectful. Moving on to the next slide. So here you can see that, oops, sorry. Okay, sorry. Yeah, okay. Back to the previous one. No, previous.
I think you can suspect.
Okay. Back. Okay. Thank you. Okay, we were on this slide. So the first point, which says the short actionable messages sent direct to the user devices. So by the first point, I mean that user devices, which can be your office laptops or your mobile devices. But the actionable is a keyword here, which basically, can you all see this image? Good. Okay. So the first one, which here says that there is one comment on abstract. So once you get this notification, you can click on it, go to your abstract. And the second is your new event, Indico conference is open for registration. You click on it, you go to the registration page. So that's what actionable, short actionable notification could be helpful. And even if we do not implement push notifications yet, I think this dialog box or something in the user dashboard is still good enough to show that your past emails, etc. are there. So even if you do not receive your emails, once you log into Indico, you can have a historical view of how many notifications were sent to you and when. Yep. Let's moving to the next point. Push notifications can even appear when app and website is not open. So let's say that you are using Indico as a participant, but you don't have always Indico open on your browser, but you could still get the notifications because it runs in the background script. And same for the organizers as well. They can get there some notification like how many people have registered, stats and everything, without even having the Indico always open on their browser or mobile phone. It runs in the background, the push notification scripts. So its push notification gives better visibility compared to the emails. It can be personalized and targeted. Personalized, we'll see more examples in the next slide. Going to the next slide. So in this slide, I'm going to ask few of the questions. Let's see how it goes. So how many of you would like to get a quick notifications when registration open for your favorite events or new events in your favorite category? Like, I can give you an example. Like 2 years ago, when I came for this event, I did a favorite category for Indico, and I was waiting. Like, I don't know that this happens every 2 years, but once the Indico 2025 workshop event was launched, I was waiting for it when the registration will get open, but I didn't get any notification for it. So this could be a good one, that if I have favorite one category, I could know every new events that's going to be created in that category so that I can register. So anyone who would like to have this notification? 1, 2, oh, good one. Okay, the second one is, so same to this story. We could also, like, I was also waiting for when the timetable will be released for Indico Workshop 2025, and I didn't get notified for it. I didn't send me a message, hey, look at the timetable. So would you also want to get notified if a timetable is published for an event? Thank you. And the next one is that if you are speaking for some event and there are some last minute changes that you are now in a different time slot, I think that's a personalized notification. Would you also want to get that notification? Thank you. Okay, and the second last is, once you are approved to an event, it's good to know that you are approved, and then you can click on it, download your ticket. You can also get on the emails, but something simple. So I will still want it. Okay, thank you. Okay, and the last one is basically like if your abstract is reviewed and badge was checked in. So it's not that super important, but still you can subscribe to that notification or not subscribe. It depends. Last one, okay, for badge check-in, I will still want to know that if I'm the person who checked in or someone else didn't use my badge. Okay, going to the next slide. Notification type comparisons. So in Indico, currently it's primarily based having email notification and browser. In-app and push notifications are missing. So to give you a bit of the description for each of them, push notification I've already mentioned. Browser pop-ups is like, you know that we all fill up the registration form, and sometimes we miss one of the field in it. We click on submit, it goes us back to that field. Hey, that field was mandatory, fill it again. So that's basically a browser pop-up or tooltips. It's already exists in Indico. And the last one, email notification, we already know that it exists, and it's also very useful. Like in UN site, we send visa letters on approvals. So that cannot be done by push notification, so we still need email notifications. Yeah, and for different things, we still will keep the email notifications. All of them have their different features, best use case. So push notifications is for the urgent alerts, as we just found out. Browser tooltips is also very important to fill the mandatory fields or something. Some access denied mirror is also access denied message is also very browser pop-ups. Second last is in-app notifications. Many of the application has these features of in-app notifications. Like most of the social media, like once you open it, they have some notification bar, you see it. That kind of thing. It's not super important, but it's just a good to have thing. Like once we have push notification, it's very easy to have in-app notifications. Just within that application, you can see a notification bar and everything. Okay, going to the next slide. But before going to here, I can take some questions if you want to ask something. Okay, I jump to the next one. So it's basically a strategy for Indico. So I would say that we need to segment the notification into two different parts of participants and organizers. We currently have these for the emails as well. But for the push notification as well, I would say that we keep the similar trend. And then we create some specific event triggers and actions for different things. For emails, it's really very less, and for push notification, it could be more. And then people can select which one they want to opt in or which one to opt out. The last one is basically a personalization that for a specific speakers or specific abstract comments or not, that's personalized. Moving ahead with the technical implementation. It was so fast, or I was too fast? It's fine. Okay. Okay. So, technical implementation. So, basically on the back end, I can go to the next slide and explain together. So, on the right side, this is basically a back end, and left side is the front end works. So in the backend, we have the Indico backend app server and database push notification services. And on the left side, it's basically your device, browser, and JavaScript that works together. And that's front end. Server is this one. This right side here is, again, the server. And the opt-in mechanism. Like I was saying, that sometimes it gets annoying to receive so many notifications, so it's good to have something which we really want, the specific notifications. So that's why I created this diagram which says that push notification preferences, like which one we want to enable, which we want to disable. It's a specific one. We can, like in the real implementation, there will be something else, but this is just for the reference. And we can have something like do not disturb between these hours or something. And also, if we are implementing this feature, we can do the same for the emails notifications as well. Yep. So basically, event notification registration, abstract, sessions, messages, announcement. Like Indico has news feature. So Indico News we can subscribe, because whenever we release a new version, we post it on the news side. So for just to explain this in a very briefly, so what happens is a browser asks you for this permission, and then if you click on allow, the Indico front-end code will have a service worker which will get embedded into your browser. It will run in the background, and then your browser will have your Indico user ID, etc. These both together will create a push subscription to post notification service, which is basically a third party like Mozilla or Google Firebase cloud management system. And those service will then be sent to our Indico servers, and Indico server will store the endpoints and keys. So now let's say we have done all the things on the Indico side, and an event is triggered. Let's say a new event is created in the favorite category. From that, push message will be triggered to that push notification service, and that push notification service will then push the message to the service worker, and browser will show it on your device. Simple? No confusions, simple. Just you go from left to right, then right to left, back. Like front end to back end, then back end to front end. So that's simple. So coming to the last thing, would you allow this notification in your browsers for Indigo?
If it shows up with a mode dialog stopping from accessing Indico, that usually wants me to close the website and not visit it again.
Wouldn't hesitate. I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you hear me? Yeah. It's interesting to me. Technically, I have a short technical question, and then I have a longer thing. It seems to me that you need to have your browser running in order to get notification. If your browser is not running, you don't get notifications. Is that correct?
In the mobile devices, the browser gets attached to some push notification service inside the OS.
Right.
And so it still keeps on running in the background, and you get notifications.
So if I kill the process of the browser?
If you force close the browser in your laptop or mobile, I think that might not work. Okay. But in mobiles like iOS and Android has some feature that it get that this thing, the service worker gets inside the OS thing which runs in the background, and you will still be notified. I have not tested it by the force closing, but I think so.
So just the longer thing, I work for a UN agency called CTBTO. We decided to use Indico for planning the conference that we organize every 2 years, which is quite big, because we identify that's where the strength of Indico was. So we organize it to review the papers and organize the timetables and so on. But during the event, we use a commercial solution called Super Event, which for these sort of reasons, it manages these things, but it does it differently from your approach here. They generate for us an application, not for Indico in general, but for this particular conference. And then when people install that, then the notification is done through this application. Which means that it's managed in the same way as your phone notifications otherwise, and nothing needs to run in the background. Your solution is more generic and simpler, but I just wanted to put the contrast here.
Yes. Thank you. I was also, when reading about this, I found that if we use Indico, like on the desktop application, if you force close in the Windows, you will not get notifications. But in the mobile one, this worker gets into the hidden inside your background, and even without the browser running, it can still push the notification from the push notification service of Google Firebase Cloud Management. It can still push it. Yeah. Any other questions? Yes, Alejandro.
Hello. Yes. Okay. So something I've been missing here, and that I would really like to see, is a notification inbox.
Yep.
So that then all your notifications are grouped there, no matter where they get delivered, and you can always go back and see what Indico wanted to tell you.
Correct. I think that it's a very good feature, and we currently also store notifications in the event logs, but we still kind of link it with user ID and show it on the user profile. I think it's good to implement, good to have feature. And this is kind of a similar thing to have notification bar. Yeah, that's it.
Honestly, I think if we were to add notifications to Indico at some point, which I think at some point will happen, we would probably go for this kind of notification inbox first, and then considering anything push related later on.
Yep.
Because I think this inbox is a better place to start. Since on actually an earlier slide it mentions that push notifications are respectful, which I respectfully disagree with, because push notifications, honestly, most of the times they tend to be annoying unless it's for chat messages or something where you really want to see them immediately. So I think having some notification inbox when going to Indico and seeing this typical small batch that you have new notifications, I think it's probably more user-friendly, because then you go to Indico and you take care of it instead of it kind of disrupting you when you're doing whatever else you're doing.
Or you could always have push notifications then as an opt-in
exactly.
option. You could say,
like the dot thing next to notification, hey, get pushed for it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's go for a coffee break.
Yeah, it's just about the same time for coffee.